All right, guys, let's welcome the one and only Megan. Is it Target or Target or anything cool like that?
I want to say it's Target to sound posh, but no, it's Target.
So awesome, so awesome. So yeah, we got Megan Targett of Vexed on talk to me. Throwback Throwdown with Toomey. That's the other show. And I just want to say, what an album, and the entire album we did on first listen last week. And I think that this album, Culling Culture, is going to be hard praise or hard pressed not to be album of the year for a lot of people. So it's an amazing record.
Thank you so much. That's insane to hear because we still feel like absolute nobodies. So it's
Right.
it's just so mind blowing to hear people say something like that. So thank you.
Yeah, you guys, and in Fear Factory, the new Fear Factory is pretty amazing too. So it's like back to back on this show could be the the thing here. So before we get too into it, the one thing that I kind of kept going to with the album is, you have an amazing scream, but you've also got an amazing singing voice.
Thank you.
And I kept going. I was like, she could really have made this like an Evanescence type record, just saying all through it. But then today, when I looked you up on YouTube, I found a clip from 2012 of you singing an Evanescence song. Was that you?
That was me. That was me when I was 17, baby. Yeah, I was in I was in music college,
Yes.
and yeah, I was like, we got asked to pick songs to sing, and I went for Evanescence, and then I went for I think I went for Parkway Drive Carrion afterwards or something, and I didn't get graded for it. So
Well, it was just so funny because before I even saw that, I was just like, wow, this could go this way. And then I saw that, I was like, well, maybe my intuition was right. You thoroughly enjoyed some Evanescence back in the early 2010s.
oh yeah, for sure. Who doesn't? If you don't, like, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly. So when it comes to singing, screaming, obviously, like I said, you could have sang this entire record, but the one thing I liked about it was that you sprinkle in the singing, so it's like just little spices. And there's so much musically and vocally that on this album that just you think it's going to go one way, and then you sneak something in on it. So kind of just give us a little bit of your take on writing vocals and vocal lines and things like that.
So I'm quite nervous about singing. I don't know why. I think because like for all my like being, I don't know, whatever I am, a musician or an artist or whatever for my career, like there's always a lot of pressure on singers to like, I don't know, you have to get it 100% right, otherwise you just get called out, and there's like no room for mistakes. And also I kind of feel like singing, I know it isn't, this is ridiculous, it's my own insecurity, but it feels quite girly, and like I feel really strong and powerful and like, I don't know, just a bit of a boss when I scream, and then when I
Right.
suddenly start singing and it's like I kind of I feel a bit vulnerable and a bit like, overly girly, and I like to put it in a little bit because I do really enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am definitely more insecure about my singing. But when it comes to like writing and stuff, similar to how I feel about it, if I'm feeling like sensitive or vulnerable about a certain line or lyric or something, I'll sing it. And then if I'm feeling like really pissed off or angry, I'll scream it.
There's a few vocal lines where you kind of play off the music. You don't. This one thing about this album is it's not cookie cutter. It's not this is what we're gonna do. It's like I said, it's got a lot of spices and a lot of
Thank
things
you.
sprinkled throughout it. And there's some just like almost hip hop screaming vocal lines that you do. Is that
Yes.
is that right? Am I catching that?
Yes, definitely. I'm glad you caught on. Yeah, I'm massive, massive rap and grime and hip hop fan. So that's what I was aiming for.
Almost like some old school Onyx or something coming out
Yes.
in you. uh, you know, so kind of coming into this, what got you into heavy music? What made you want to become a singer?
So I was always like raised around heavy music. My mum, bless her, I was raised by a single mum, and she was a metalhead. And so I was brought up listening to Slayer and Pantera, and that was like
Nice.
from day one, that was just my normal. And then when I was a teenager, I got really badly bullied and I had to end up being homeschooled. And then eventually I got put into like a school for troubled kids. And I met somebody in there, this lad who was playing Bring Me the Horizon in one of the classrooms. And it kind of like reignited my love for metal. And went and saw Bring Me play live in a really disgusting small, like tiny venue when they were small.
Right.
And yeah, I just completely fell in love with that live environment of being in a mosh pit and being sweaty, and something that we can only dream of right now. And yeah, it just made me want to be a vocalist. The second I was in that mosh pit, I just felt like I wasn't an outcast anymore, and felt like I found my family, I think.
Yeah, definitely a huge family vibe in the metal world, and very open, open arms a lot of times. But then again, with being a female vocalist, I mean, you've also got that stigma too, So
Yeah.
how have you handled that? And the one, and I'll say this, my first guest on this was Heidi from Butcher Babies, and
Mm,
she didn't like the female fronted genre, but she said it's definitely a female fronted movement, which I really enjoyed that term. So
yeah.
give us a little bit of kind of dealing with being a female in a very testosterone filled male world.
It's 50-50. Like half of the people I've met in the metal world or the heavy music world are some of the most loveliest people I've ever met in my life, and I'm lucky enough to call them my best friends or closest friends. Even some of them I've met this year, and I now call them my best friends. But then some of them, like you said, are the most sexist, racist, homophobic people on the planet. And I
Mhm.
think it just comes with being humans. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean metalheads. I think there's just good people and there's fucking assholes.
Right.
And unfortunately, a lot of them like to listen to metal music and don't like a woman who speaks her mind. And when I first started doing this, it really got to me, and I used to get really upset, and I'd wanted to quit music altogether because I couldn't take it. And the boys in the band taught me the lifelong amazing lesson of
Right at the lifelong amazing lesson you cut out there. You got me? Your audio's gone. Close out and reconnect real quick, and we'll do that. Yeah, as we wait for her to come back, man, I think that Culling Culture is definitely up there for album of the year. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, make sure to check it out. Out now, came out last Friday. Napalm Records, and so many great videos and things like that out now. Chat room, we've got Overendum. Yes, Megan is the best. Rock and Roll Podcast, always great to see. Got some metal horns, and yes, oh no, good old technology. It's always fantastic. So we got Megan back.
Wait, there we go. Sorry
Yay.
about that.
There we go. Everybody hear Megan okay, and make sure that everything's good there. But yeah, so the cut out exactly the perfect time when you
Yeah.
said the boys in the band gave you a great lesson, and it was
And it was not to give a fuck about what anyone thinks of you. And it's very easy to say that, but to actually live it and think it and act it is another thing. And I genuinely feel it now, and it's so liberating. And so now when anybody kind of comes for me to try and say, well, she's just trying to sound like this girl singer, or oh, she's shit, or whatever, opinions that are just coming from a place of sexism, I just laugh, and I just think it's hilarious. I think it's really funny because all these people are doing are actually exposing themselves for being arseholes. Like, their opinions aren't facts. It's just showing them to be arseholes. So I think female fronted movement is an awesome thing. And I think female fronted has become a fetish as well. And I don't want to be part of that fetish. I'm a vocalist, I'm a singer, and that's where it ends.
absolutely. I like that. You definitely that's where the boss in you comes out. Yeah.
Yes.
So getting this album together, was it we're getting into that period of time where a lot of these albums were done pre-pandemic, some of these albums were done during the pandemic. Where were you guys at with this album?
So we had it finished in 2019. So it was
Ooh,
pre-pandemic, it was done. Yeah.
yeah,
And then we were supposed to release it mid 2020. Obviously that didn't happen. So we've been waiting on this for a long time, and it's been pretty painful. It's
I
been
bet.
horrible.
Yeah, to sit on something this amazing for that long has to just to eat at you, I guess.
Thank you for one. And yes, for two, it really did, because it was just like we had so much momentum, and we was like supposed to be going on tour with Whitechapel and playing like festivals that we could only have dreamed of since we were kids. And it was like, yeah, all this momentum. And then suddenly it was like, no, you're not allowed to release it. Oh, and you've got to sit in your bedroom for a year and a half. And it was just like, what? So yeah, it's been pretty shit, but we're also incredibly grateful for the
Yes.
opportunities we've had.
Yeah, and so to actually get it out now has to feel amazing.
Yeah, it's a big sigh of relief, and it's just mind blowing, and like I can't really comprehend. Like talking to you, for example, it's mad. Like I can't comprehend all of this. It's so strange that people like it and that people have heard it, and yeah, it still hasn't sunk in. So I can't wait to actually play a live show so it actually sinks in.
Well, I know we just had you on for a quick chat today. I would definitely love to get you on longer in the future. You froze up there for a second, but yeah, definitely get you on longer in the future. So I did want to end this out with the song "Fake," play the video, and just kind of give me a little background of this video shoot, and then also a little bit of the song too.
Yeah, of course. So Fake, we filmed it at my house. I live on a farm in the middle of nowhere in the
Nice.
UK. So we found an old scrap car, set it on fire, and then Willem, our drummer, tortured me for 6 hours in a barrel full of freezing cold water. So that was a lot of fun. But this is kind of represents the torture of what it's like to go through a gaslighting relationship. And yeah, it's badass and it's uncomfortable to watch, and that's what we wanted. And it was also the last song that we wrote and recorded on Culling Culture, and I think it's where we really found our feet with our sound, and I think it's kind of a good representation of where we're going to go next.
Fantastic. Well, Megan, good luck with the record. I know it's out. I know it's getting praise. You're getting praise for me. I know Knotfest has been all about this record. And so hopefully we'll see you in the States soon, see you on tour soon. And
Yes.
thanks for taking some time with us tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.